Hello, my friends. I want to talk about double standard on public display. That's right, double standard on public display. And that's my take, so don't hate. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel, share it, and if we're saying something that you agree with, then please like it. A peaceful revolution has taken place, but only after an attempted violent revolution. We have just witnessed an insurrection in America against America. History for Black Americans and people of color in America stalled about 4 years ago. But thanks be to God, history has been, or perhaps I should say, is being revived and restored. I believe the past presidency and the election of 2020 and the aftermath of what followed days and weeks after will prove to be one of the most bizarre and one of the most troubling displays of American politics in the history of our country. And because of that, and because of other obvious reasons, the presidency of Joseph R. Biden Jr. and Vice President Kamala Harris will possibly be the most watched, the most scrutinized, the most criticized, the most analyzed presidency in the history of the United States of America. But thankfully, for people of color, Black Americans, young girls, and women of America, it will likely be the most celebrated. Amen? It's no secret that life in America is lived by a double standard. The rich, the poor, the black, the white, those who are known and those who are not known, the educated and the uneducated, divisions among religions, the genders, and you see it in everything we do and in all that we are. Division is a part of our society. And that's not going to change with the new president or with the new vice president or anytime soon as far as that goes. But we must keep our hands to the plow to minimize the damage. Amen? If ever there was anything that was hidden in plain sight, I believe what happened on Wednesday, January the 6th, 2021 in America would be a candidate for the top spot for obvious things being overlooked. Millions of Americans are certainly hoping that that would be the case. But I don't think so. This was not just another protest. It was far from peaceful. It was not just another demonstration. It was more than a riot. And it was certainly not a stand for our rights as American citizens. This attack on our nation's capital. This was the culmination of a bold attempt by the President of the United States of America following the fair and certified election of 2020 to usurp democracy and the Constitution of the United States of America. And it was plainly and clearly an attempt to silence and render null and void the voices and the votes and the will of the majority of Americans. What happened on Wednesday, January the 6th, 2021, was in stark contrast to all that we've seen and witnessed in the past 4 years. The innocent killing of young black men by police officers, the attacks on innocent protesters with absolutely no provocation, with the president sending in federal and state stormtroopers to take over local cities for no other reason than they were either led by black mayors or by a majority of blacks and or Democrats. The president, you have to be, said that you have to be aggressive and overwhelm them with force. That's what he said. He says you've got to overwhelm them with numbers. Well, what happened on January the 6th? Where were they then? We saw Trump-crazed federal and state stormtroopers march through a crowd, knocking over an elderly man backwards and stepping over him as they continued their rage. Where were these brave troops on Wednesday, January the 6th, 2021? Where were those patriots when the stormtroopers attacked a peaceful crowd, gassed them, and pushed them back to allow the president a photo op to hold a Bible in front of a church. Bible upside down, by the way. The former president called innocent protesters agitators and anarchists and communists and leftists and socialists and radicals, among other choice names. Well, what do you call those who stormed our nation's capital on January the 6th, attempting to take over our country? What do you call them? What happened in America and what happened to America on Wednesday, January 6, 2021? And let me tell you something, my friend. You better pay attention. It'll be twisted. Professional liars will put their spin on it, and attempts will be made to minimize the act and the effect that it has and will make on American politics and on American life. I mean, people can take it, tamper with it, manipulate it, but one thing is for sure, it cannot be denied that there was an attempted takeover, a coup attempt, an insurrection that took place on Wednesday, January 6, 2021, at our nation's capital. If we dare fall asleep at this moment in history or allow ourselves to be mesmerized by the history-making events of 2020 and 2021, this will be one of those boys will be boys situations. While it is quietly swept under the rug, it will be neatly hidden behind the joy and the relief of an outgoing madman and the incoming historic tandem of Joseph R. Biden Jr. and Kamala D. Harris as president and vice president, respectively. It will be hidden behind our joy and our jubilation. And while we are preoccupied with celebrating, you will begin to notice a lump in the rug, listen, that keeps getting larger and larger, where all the dirt is being swept, and it's done so in hopes of being overlooked and forgotten. Politicians and media alike will attempt to downplay or minimize the severity of the actions of those on January the 6th. Why did this look so differently from the beating and the killing of Black Lives Matter protesters by police and active duty soldiers? And then, one of the things I find ironic, now they're looking for the offenders. And what we're really going to see is selective prosecution, where they will pluck a few from the bunch, slap them on the wrist, play it off as just a little mishap, just as some misguided followers of Donald Trump. And you will hear from these fake patriots, and you'll hear it on more than one occasion. The devil made me do it. He told me to do it. And I will tend to agree with him. The devil did make them do it. But there has to be a price for the devil and for them to pay. Now that's my take. What do you have to say? Sound off. God bless you, my friend. And thank you for joining us. And please, I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share our My Take channel. Amen. Thank you.